Hello, my name is Caitlin with West Palm Dog, and today I'm here with Everest, and we're going to be working on her loose leash walking. Now, Everest is back for some training, and so today we're just doing a simple loose leash walking exercise in the patio. Now, just a reminder of the rules expected of Everest when we're walking her. There's no pulling, no dragging, and no sniffing the ground allowed on any of our walks. And we always start with the dog's name and then the command. So it's going to be Everest, let's go. And we are just going to start walking. Now, the reason why we're keeping it a little more simple today is because this is more of a refresher for Everest. She's back for some training, and we just want to make sure we got the rules established in here before we start moving outside. It's really important that we have Everest understand what we're asking for before we start adding any variables like distractions, and outside is one of the most distracting places you can ever practice training. Come on. Right off the bat, she's doing really nice. She's got a really even pace going. She's not pulling ahead. She's not dragging. I really love what I'm seeing here. Good job. Come on. And you see she's taking those turns like a champ. And I got the leash very loose as well. Now, a good way to tell if your leash is properly loose is that there should be a little J shape next to the collar. We call it a J in the leash. I want to make sure that that slack is always there, so that way the leash is not tense whenever I'm working with her. The only time I want the leash tense is if I do have to give her a correction. Come on. Now, when we're talking about corrections, I'm not saying that pulling is the correction. The reason why we want the leash nice and loose is because a correction is like a pulse or a snap down the leash that's going to communicate to Everest what she did incorrectly, which is why it's very important that it's just a very snap, like a very quick snap, instead of a pull. If we pull Everest, she's not going to learn anything, but if we give that proper correction, that snap, then it's going to tell her what she did incorrectly. Come on, we're gonna change directions. But she's doing really good. You can even see she's starting to give me some eye contact, that glance back and forth. That's really nice to see. Now right here you see I'm practicing an inside turn, and you see Everest was walking ahead of me just a little bit, so I just went ahead and walked into her. What that does is that's going to teach Everest that on these turns she has to slow down to match my pace. We're going to go ahead and do a couple more laps, but she's doing really good. Come on. All right, last turn right here. And when I'm ready to stop with Everest, I'm just going to say her name and then take a couple extra steps. So it's going to be Everest. Yes, good girl. And you see she's very polite and offered to sit. Overall, this was an excellent practice session with Everest. Her walking was nice and even. She wasn't pulling me. And you can see she did a great job at making all those turns. Overall, really nice practice session today. Let's go.